Is mostly affected by this transitioning economy. And there's really three groups that are being affected in a really, really significant way. So baby boomers are retiring at a rate of about 10,000 a day right now. The problem is that they're living longer. Well, it's actually not a problem, it's a good thing. But it's also a problem because they don't have the problem is that they're living longer. And the problem for them, I mean, if you think about it, it's you guys are going to live a lot long. Like, life expectancy is increasing very rapidly. So I believe it's the Gen X and the Gen Y responsibility to now pay it back to the next generation. And I believe that there's so much opportunity for us to help the baby boomers reinvent themselves and acquire the mindsets and skill sets required for this new age, this new economy, this digital economy, because times have changed. The rules have changed. What worked 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago doesn't work. That logic no longer works. It's a completely new game. So our job is to teach and to empower and to wake up the baby boomers and say, hey, you don't have to coast into your golden years and lose your dignity. You don't have to lose your home. You can continue, like Dr. Charlie, continue to grow as an entrepreneur and as a person, and continue to have a life that you're really freaking proud of, and not have to count on living on savings. Things outside of your control can happen. Forces outside of your control can happen. And if you're not self-reliant, you're at the mercy of things, politics, global trends, etc., that are just, they're out of your control. So the key point here is that you have to find a way to insulate yourself and become self-sufficient. So let's just say we had a row of bikes out front here. Is there anyone that doesn't know how to ride a bike? Is there anyone that doesn't know how to swim? Okay, good. We can make fun of those people. So let's say there's 50 people in this room, and there's 50 bikes out there. But one of the people in this room doesn't know how to ride a bike. And all of a sudden, the sirens go off, and it says, we're under attack by aliens, and they're marching up the street. We have to escape. And the aliens can move just a little bit faster than you can run. Okay? So these monstrous aliens comes tromping up the street, and we're like, oh shit, let's get on the bike and let's just get out of here. But there's the one guy left who can't ride a bike. Or we're all on a yacht. Say we're celebrating Stuart's 24th birthday. And we're in the British Virgin Islands on this yacht, right? There's all 50 of us. And Stuart is having a few cocktails, and he's just having a good time. And he just kind of leans over, and he takes the yacht, takes the boat, cuts into a reef, and the whole boat starts to sink. And land is 100 yards, 200 yards away. No problem. We all just jump in the water and swim to shore, except for the one guy who can't swim, right? You kind of need to know that. That's a pretty necessary life skill. Now, the chances of that scenario happening aren't very high. The chances of the aliens coming and us needing to get on our bikes, that's not very high. Let me use one more example. This is getting good. So when you're driving in your car and you have a flat tire. It's the middle of the night, and there's no one around, nobody to help, and you have an emergency, you have to get home. Who in this room, if they absolutely had to, could change a tire on the side of the road? Could figure that out? No?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. Who in here couldn't do that? Would just be like, okay. Okay, so, I mean, the chances of that happening are not that slim. I mean, probably it could happen. So you should probably know that skill, right? Or if you got dropped off in a jungle with no compass, no backpack, nothing. You just got dropped off in the middle of a jungle and you had to survive for a week. Could you survive? If you think about like what other plausible scenarios like this could happen in real life, like what are some other scenarios like that you guys could think of? Well, what percentage of the world, the society relies on a job in order to pay their bills, in order to put food on the table, in order to have shelter and basic necessities? 97%. What percentage of those 97% have the skill set of financial survivability? Like, if they absolutely had to, could generate enough income as a self-sufficient, autonomous individual that would not rely on somebody giving them a job and saying, hey, here are some tasks for you to do, complete them, and I'll give you some money in return. And what do you think the percentage chance of, at some point, one of these 97% needing to figure that out? Right? Okay. Well, we are in the business. What we do, what I do, is teach that 97% that skill. You guys get that? Can you see the market does not get any bigger? The only people that aren't in our target audience are the 1 or 2% of society that are already financially self-sufficient and financially independent. Everyone else needs this skill set. Or they'll wait until they're absolutely forced to, or their back is against the wall, to start to acquire that. And it's never fun to have to learn that skill set. It's just like, if you wait to learn how to change a tire until you're alone on the side of a road when it's raining and it's dark and there's aliens coming down the street, that's not a very pleasant environment to learn how to change a tire. But you could take 30 minutes on a Sunday afternoon and a couple glasses of wine with your husband. Are you married? And say, honey, can you just show me how to change the tire? And I'm sure he could show you how to do it, and then you'd have that. Well, what if you don't have a cell phone? The point is if you wait until you need the skill to acquire the skill, you're probably not going to be, that's kind of stupid, if I could just say it blunt. To wait until the aliens are marching down the street to learn to ride a bike is dumb. It's just dumb. So our job is to wake people up to the fact that they need this skill, even if they don't think they do.
Absolutely changed my life. I'm a 55-year-old, just went on disability about 3 months ago, retired or a financial advisor. And our lives just brought our entire family together. You know, my boys have, we had a great relationship, but we talk every week now, and it's just an awesome deal for us all. Just the quality of the people, the character of the people, they totally care about you. You know, there's no question about that. You know, you hear people say those kinds of things all the time, but these people care. They really care about your future. They're all willing to hand out and help you in any way they can, and it's nobody's selfish, at least that I've run across, so that's an awesome thing, and it's genuine.